Here's the bottom line. We've got to keep our country safe. You look at what's happening. We've got to keep our country safe. You look at what's happening in Germany. You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden. They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible. You look at what's happening in Brussels. You look at what's happening all over the world. Take a look at Nice. Take a look at
Paris. Sorry, I did not have the end of that clip for some reason. But he's saying, take a look at what happened in Paris. And now everyone is calling him out, Donald Trump, that because he said, look at what happened last night in Sweden. Everyone's like, what happened last night in Sweden? And then he's put out this tweet saying that when he was referring to what happened in Sweden, it was in reference to the broadcast by Fox News concerning immigrants and Sweden. Not meaning that there was one specific event last night in Sweden, but who knows? People know or should know what he meant by that, because he lifted it off. He wasn't saying there was a terrorist attack in Sweden, which people are making out like, oh, it's fake news. Nothing happened in Sweden last night. Okay, fair enough. And this is coming after the story about a thing in Germany. I forget which town. Was it Dortmund or Frankfurt? I can't remember where there was a cathedral in the city or church where supposedly a group of Middle Eastern men, I can't remember which country exactly, but that's regardless of the point. This was a fake news story where a church wasn't surrounded by a large group of Middle Eastern Muslim men, and the window was smashed in and everything. Apparently that didn't happen, but then had a similar response of people being like, oh, it's fake news, nothing happens in Sweden, there's nothing that's happened in Sweden, blah blah blah, making it out like nothing bad has ever happened in Sweden, or nothing, but especially by immigrants or migrants or refugees in Sweden, which we all know. We've all heard the stories from Sweden about what the refugees do in Sweden. Not that I don't need to say what happens there. People know about the rapes and all that stuff. So then people making this out like it's some kind of thing that nothing happens. As I say, and they had the same thing happen with this story in Germany that turned out to be fake. But there's no fake story here. There are things happening in all of the places he listed out. As he said, some of them terrorist attacks, because everyone knows what in Nice, in Paris has had it worse. And he's just naming all these places across Europe where there's been so many problems, and he's trying to stop these kind of similar problems happening in America. And yet people are too dumb to realize that he's trying to actually save people from the terrors that are happening in a lot of parts of Western Europe. And now it's only Western Europe, right, truly, that is happening, because Western Europe was where majority of the migration and the refugee crisis and the refugees have been brought in. And it is having a bad effect in a lot of places. Now, I'm not saying it's all refugees or whatever, but you've got to say, if you take in 1 million like Germany did, and like he said, he's having a go at Germany, and he has every right to, because you've seen what's happened in Germany, you've seen what's happened in Paris, you've seen what's happened in Nice, you've seen what's happened in Sweden. Maybe not last night, maybe nothing in particular happened last night in Sweden, but that's besides the point. He has a point, and you've got on the tweet that he did, some Twitter account called The Socialist Party saying, hey dumbass, what happened in Sweden? Nothing. That's what? Fake news. Now everyone is throwing around this idea of fake news. Now immediately I don't take any word that the Socialist Party web's Twitter account has to say, because they have their biases, and obviously they wouldn't want people to think that people from another country or a different culture done anything bad, because because that doesn't matter. Oh, we don't want to divide people. Only we just want to divide people not on terms of nationality or race, because they don't want a nation state. They want some kind of great workers Soviet Union, basically. Yeah, so but that doesn't matter. I don't have to go into all that. But I'm just saying, Donald Trump was not saying there was a specific terrorist attack in Sweden. And I think it's pretty obvious from what he said. If you listen to what he said in that speech, it was obvious what he meant. He was talking about each of the different places, and that he wants to stop those kind of things happening in America. And people would almost rather those kinds of things did happen in America, because then it would be like, I don't know, would people then, I don't know, maybe they think if they have some kind of terrorist attack, people all come together, like after 9/11. I don't know. Is that what they want? Who knows? But anyway, people know what happened in Sweden, and it's rather childish of not only the left, but a lot of the mainstream media for acting like nothing's ever happened in Sweden or Germany or any of these. And you had tweets from some account related to the Swedish government saying like, oh, what's happening in Sweden? We don't know what's happening in Sweden. Nothing, ingenting is happening in Sweden. We've never had anything happen. Only you have, and you lie about it because you want to make yourself out as this socialist paradise. But anyway, that's just what I think of this. And it's not, there's not fake news. It's very real what's happening in these places, and everyone knows about it. So just stop.